Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here with Bish's RV, and last year I got a bunch of Arctic Fox by Northwood on camera, and I got a bunch of truck campers on camera. But I didn't get any Arctic Fox by Northwood truck campers on camera, and you folks said I need to start picking up the pace of things. So here we are today with the 811. This thing is built. First and foremost, Northwood is a company that has really earned my respect for just building a really rugged, solid product. The thing is, their greatest asset's also the greatest liability. This truck camper sitting here, empty before you put anything in it, is over 3,200 pounds. So half tons and the Ford Freak and Ranger need not apply. You're gonna need something that can carry a good amount of payload. Potentially, I don't think you'd be upset being in dually country here, especially with that thing having a slide out. One of the things that really stood out on me though is the bathroom and shower arrangement in this. It's all a one-piece fiberglass shower enclosure, which is not uncommon in this segment, obviously, but it's tall enough that I didn't feel super duper confined in those things. I've seen so many truck campers that it's like they call a thing a bathroom, but it's no way you could ever possibly use that. This one, you kind of could. It's a wet bath, but it'll work. They used really nice bedding in that front cab bed area there, and they actually had enough room. I could sit up on that bed without coming anywhere close to clocking my noggin, but all those are reasons why it's a little bit bigger, heavier. This thing has an onboard generator though, and where I could see this one working so well. It's like, if you're like, listen, I need to get away from people. This is the thing that lets you escape from people. You can go out in the middle of nowhere and be perfectly self-sufficient for a pretty good long time in this one. Now, being a truck camper, being a small space, it's got a couple little things that, it's really minimalist and very compact and kind of like lacking in some areas. But at the same time, like, you could have a big truck also pulling a boat behind it. Stuff you just can't do with a common towable RV. So that's kind of where these things come into play. We're gonna hop inside, take a look around, and let me know what you think about this one as we go. Good, bad, ugly, or in between. First of all, getting up into one of these, about as easy and nice as any truck camper I've ever seen with this cool little landing deck that they have over here. We're going to talk more about that later when we step outside. Now this has, as far as the lower deck goes, a full wall slide over here. You might notice it encompasses both that like 4 adult size, like full dinette, as well as this 8 cubic foot two-way fridge over here. Northwood, especially in their truck campers, something very focused for, being off the beaten path and off the grid quite a bit. You could certainly park in an RV park and use the RV, but that two-way fridge, there's just no question about it. It uses far less power on propane mode than anything else out there, including 12-volt fridges. Now, I love 12-volt fridges, but if you're going to go off-grid camping, they do suck more juice than a two-way fridge on propane mode. So it's always something to consider here. But the overall look in here, very brown. Well, that's Northwood. They've been doing brown forever, and they're going to keep doing brown, dang it. And I tell you what, instead of brown, if you want to be black and blue, I have never seen a sink cover that heavy duty. Now, I'm not a UFC champion hammer fist in that sucker, because it would hurt. That thing is nuts. You want to defend yourself from a gas station murder hobo, that is one heck of a way to get started right there. You want to hit somebody and turn them black and blue and get away from the brown tones, that might be the way to go about it right there. Now, the ceiling in this, that's one of the things I like. Not only does it have that vault that opens it right up, but check this height out. I'm used to truck campers sometimes that sometimes I can't even stand up in them. This under the air conditioner, using my hand as the reference point. This is awesome. I wish more towable RVs had that kind of headroom. Also helping this thing look and feel bigger, up top here, there's a big old hole in the roof called a skylight. But look at this skylight. It can actually tell us more than just, oh yeah, there's a skylight. First of all, it can tell us that apparently we need to clean that skylight. It looks like a kid threw up on the vomit comet at the local county fair all over the roof of that thing. But it does also have like a shade where you can block out the sun. But look at the thickness. Look at, let me put my hand up here for reference. These roof trusses, they're like a full 6 inches. There is a ton of insulative quality going on up there. So in the average towable RV industry, most of your trusses are typically only 3 to 4 inches at their thickest part. That means that there's an opportunity for literally twice as much insulation in the roof of this, excluding obviously the giant hole in the roof where that skylight might be located. And I wasn't joking about the bed. What you're not seeing is that there's a big lip down here. This bed is fantastic. This is a 60 by 80 pillow top True Queen, and Northwood consistently uses, I think, the best bedding in the industry. Now, beds in RVs are one of those things. They're very personal, very subjective. Like, you might like the way one feels and hate the way another feels. I've yet to find one mattress that everybody can agree upon, but the fact is they're at least trying. Where so many manufacturers just give you the chintziest little blue backbreaker death wafer, they're at least trying to do something nice. Now, you might wonder, what's that big bundle of stuff up in the headboard? That is a bedspread. Oh, my Lord. I couldn't think of the word. Bedspread up there. I've been doing too many videos. What I also like is that headboard on both sides has household and USB plugs, which I think is cool. Now, if you're sitting up here, you might say, or sitting down here, rather, you might say, well, I can't exactly watch TV up there. Give me just a second. We're going to take care of all that. But first and foremost, actually, just on the left-hand side of the screen, we're going to start cracking open all the storage, beginning with the kitchen. This is one of my favorite things. Those pull-out pantry spaces. I absolutely love those things. I like it when storage comes to you, so you don't have to look like you're giving an elephant an enema. You know, that's, for whatever reason, the way I really like to say that. And they are awesome practitioners of nerdism number 37. Not an ounce of space gone to waste. Every nook and cranny around the bed, something. You can do something with it. A lot of dresser trunk storage around that. Now, in an RV like this, not a lot of hanging storage capacity, but that's, again, pretty normal. Again, that is a gas electric two-way refrigerator. Currently, no 12-volt swaptions, of which I am aware coming out of this company. But looking kind of like the mattress, they're trying to use a good mattress. Look at the stuff that you sit and sleep on from a manufacturer. That is a huge tell as to, like, the general overall quality mindset of the manufacturer. Like, if you look at this dinette, just like you look at the bed, look at, and when you're in person, actually feel the quality and the thickness of the cushions that you're sitting on. And then you may have noticed where I peeled the cushions back and you saw, like, all plywood. You know, they never use secondary off scrap materials. They're always using a primary first material in these. Now, just to kind of help you, complete the visual, there's one major thing with this kitchen. I'm not doing my job if I don't show you. The fact that they're actually including a side splash. I have so many manufacturers tell me they don't do it because it's hard for the production team. Man, Northwood does it. Lance does it. Wolfpack, Fifth Wheels recently started doing it. I feel so strongly this is something the RV industry could get better about, because little do RV designers know that grease does splatter laterally. Crazy, I know, but I like bacon, and I found that out because I tried to sit beside the pan and not get scorched. Turns out it doesn't work. Bigger 22-inch oven as well. And like I said, this bathroom, maybe one of the best bathrooms I think I've ever seen in a truck camper. I had a shocking amount of space around that. Now, it is a wet bath. It is all-in-one where you can do the 3 S's. You can sit down, you can shower, and you can shave. And in this one, you can do them literally all at the same time. But remember that bigger, taller ceiling we were talking about? Look at this. I get like PTSD for bashing my head in camper bathrooms all the time. I didn't have that problem here. The headroom in this, it was like celebration worthy, ladies and gentlemen. That was very cool, very exciting to me. Something else that's easy to miss, if you look a little bit more closely, you might notice that the roof has like a fabric liner. That's doing a couple things for us, but one of the biggest things it's doing is it is knocking out and drowning out so much noise in this RV. And it would actually be much, much quieter in here if I wasn't talking. Now, they do something here, a lot of truck campers do, but I really like it. And frankly, I wish, like, there's so many towable RVs, I can't get them to put a single window in the door. I say I can't get them. It's not like I really have any say over it. But there's so many towable RVs that put no window in the door. And truck campers, it's almost industry standard to see too, and I love that. Notice that they're putting the privacy shades in both. And here you have the Northwood exclusive Fox Landing. But this is actually kind of cool. It's a miniature back porch. But the thing is, when you get it unhooked from the truck, essentially you've got your own little stairway to heaven built right into this sucker here. It's very cool, very sturdy and stable too. I was surprised by that. We got ourselves a Propane. That's when the gas comes out the backside where you can do your grilling over there. And as you see over here, speaking of gas, we have ourselves a gas-powered generator, that Onan 2500 inverter propane-powered generator right there. You want to park just in the middle of nowhere and keep this thing up and running for a while between that two-way fridge, the very limited battery tending solar package that we'll get to see on the roof in just a little bit here. Or if you expand on that solar and spend more time off grid, having that generator function right there is nice. And I prefer propane because it's an inert gas. Whereas like gasoline or diesel, if you don't, burn it off, it fouls out and it'll gum up like the carburetor and stuff in a generator. Propane doesn't do that. A propane generator can sit there basically unused for like years, and then you hit the button and it'll fire because it just doesn't rot, which is cool. And it burns so much cleaner. If you ever talk to a technician who does small engine work, who's done work on propane stuff versus gas and diesel, and it's impeccably clean by comparison on the inside. Now you saw the other side, like the all, interior protected sewer hose and whatnot. One of the things you might have spotted in there was the remote control for the power jack system, so you don't got to sit there and be a cranky anchor, reefing on these four corner jacks. You just push the button and up, down she goes. And personally, I don't think I would ever personally have or own or do or use or whatever you say a truck camper without a system like that. That's just me. Now you do have an awning off the back side of this thing, but you have security lights off like the the left and the right sides, the driver's and the passenger side of these things, and just the gleam and the glow. This thing is looking absolutely fantastic over here. I really like the general look of this sucker. Those frameless windows, those are also dual pane just to really help knock down a lot of extra noise and whatnot. Now the ladders on the back, you may have noticed how it folded up to get out of the way of the generator, giving you just a quick peek up top there. One of the things I like about this, very comfortable walk-on roof. Northwood, like I said, they build stuff solid, and if it can hold my fat butt right now, it's gonna probably be able to hold you. If you can get up and down that ladder, that roof's it's the least of your concerns effectively. You may have noticed a very small 45-watt solar panel up there. That's just a basic battery tender that every Northwood RV has. However, you could expand on that because this thing has a 40-amp charge controller. So if you wanted to spend some more time using 12-volt systems and appliances off-grid, you can absolutely do that here. You may even call it an electrifying experience. Yeah, I know. So, there's a representative here from the Lance RV company. And when I first walked into this RV, I thought that the lights weren't working above the bed. And he goes, just being a nice guy, totally classy guy, goes, well, have you checked? Is there just a switch that you missed? Because I'm clicking lights and nothing's turning on. And I'm like, no, it's definitely not that. I think I would know if it was just a switch. It was just a switch, guys. That's all it was. It was just a switch. And I came out and I looked at him. I go, that never would have happened in a Lance. So he's over here going, remember, it wouldn't have happened in a Lance. Camping's about having fun, though. Tell you what, fun guy. You really got to know him here. I'm glad I bumped into people. And I'd like you to have a chance to come meet our team. When you're ready, we're ready. I'll leave you a link in the video description to check where we have one of these parked and what we're asking. Lately, the last couple of years, though, the biggest reason I haven't recorded some of these sooner is we can't keep them in stock long enough. So maybe you'll have a chance to get your hands on some of those as we get our stocks built back up across the nation. But until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and let me know if you'd like to see more truck campers more often, everyone.